Today's subject that I'd like to talk about is some very common seller mistakes when they go about interviewing agents and hiring an agent. So those two subject matters are they hire an agent based on their commission, and then also they hire an agent based on the fact that that agent feels that their house is worth more money than any other house. So let's talk about those two objections there. So let's talk about commission first. And let's talk about the way the commission is split up. The commission is split up typically 4 ways. So half the commission goes to the buyer's agent, and then it's split again with their company, and then half of the commission goes to the listing agent, and then split again with their company. So typically the commission is split 4 ways. So you're hiring an agent, and they've got a piece of that pie, and they're going to be doing the marketing on your property with their portion of that pie. The company will market as well, but a lot of times you've got, like for example, if you have an agent, are they a solo agent with support, or is it a team with extensive admin and marketing support? Everybody is different how they run things, and so that's important to find out. Because if you've got an agent that is charging you a very low commission and not keeping a lot, they probably do not have as far a reach in real estate. So for example, we have an admin support that will reach out to all the agents that are in Boston and north of Boston. So we reach those listings out. So it's important when you hire an agent that they have the staff behind them and have the skills behind them to market your property properly. You don't want the house just thrown in the multiple listing service and okay, let's see what happens to it. But you really want it marketed extensively. Also, you want like a stager to come in and give their opinion on the house to make it look its best as possible. You don't have to really spend a lot of money. A lot of stagers just use what you have, and they just kind of move things around, suggest decluttering. They take a fresh look at the steps as you walk into the house, which most sellers don't do because they're going into the garage. Things like that. So that's very important. And then also the other thing that's very important is the photography. You don't want an agent that comes in and then just shoots a few things with their iPhone, because this is where your property is really going to be marketed, is through the professional photography. So all those things, you know, I think sometimes what happens is you just look at real estate as an equation. It's a sale price minus commission to get the net. And if you look at just that one number out of the equation, you may be changing yourself. And part of the problem with that is you won't know that until it's over, and you may never know that. So an agent that can negotiate, an agent that can market, is the agent that's going to get you the most net for your property. And that's what is important, what you're going to put in your pocket. Okay, so let's talk about the second thing that sellers typically hire agents for. And I'm going to tell you a little story. So I went, this was a house in Andover, and this was many years ago. And I was competing for this house, and there was another agent competing for the house. And, you know, the seller had a hard time deciding between both of us. But what made her decision was she went with the agent that gave her the highest list price of what she thought the house could sell for. So I said to her, afterwards when I found out why she hired that agent, I said to her, you know, geez, I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing it at that number. You know, she's probably going to end up doing a price adjustment. And she said to me, well, this agent really, really believes that she can sell my house for this price. Well, the agent really didn't believe that she could sell the house for that price. She basically bought the listing. So that's one of the oldest tricks in the books with some agents, that they go in and they say, okay, I'm going to price this house high, and then eventually what I'll do is I'll take a price adjustment, maybe 2 price adjustments, and then the house will be where it's going to sell. So let me tell you some of the pitfalls of that. Oh, by the way, that house did come down in price, and it finally sold at the price that I suggested to them. So there's a couple things you have to look at when a house goes on the market, it's new, it's exciting, okay? That's when you make your first impression. If you come out high, you're going to get the most activity in the very, very beginning when the house is new on the market and exciting. The activity level will go down as the house sits on the market. So if you come out high, people will not necessarily, the buyers will not necessarily tell you that they feel the house is high. What they're going to say is, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. So that's basically telling you that you may be too high in price. And there's ways to determine if you're really off and if you're just slightly off. But maybe we can do a video about how to price your home properly. So most activity in the very beginning, your house comes on the market high. By the time you do a price adjustment, it's several weeks out. And now the activity is very slow. And now you do a price adjustment. And so what happens is the buyer now comes out and says, geez, this house has been on the market for a while. Something must be wrong. I'll offer even less. So the thing is, if you come on the market high, you will actually get less money than if you price your house at market value. And in this market right now, 2023, it's very important to price your home at market value. You don't want to go too high. If this market shifts, you could be chasing this market down, which you do not want to do. Okay, so remember, when you hire a real estate agent, don't base your decision on low commission and high list price. Really take a look at the comps that the agent is giving you. Try to be objective. I know it's hard because it's your own home, but try to be objective and make sure they give you the comparables, break down the square footage, how much of that square footage is in the lower level because that's not as valuable, how much is in the first and second floor. Go over the comps with the agent. Talk to them about their marketing plan, which is extremely important in what they're going to do for you. That's really what you should be looking at. And the other thing is you might want to take a look at their list to sell ratio. That's going to tell you how well they do with negotiating. So that's my first YouTube video of 2023. I hope you liked it. And if you've got any other suggestions about what you'd like to talk about with real estate, whether you're thinking about getting in the business, a buyer or seller, I'd love to chat with you. Thanks.